Hello, everybody, and this is Dr. Diamond, and welcome back to yet another podcast. Sorry I'm like 10, actually 12 minutes late. I was all ready to go and everything, but then, my uncle decided to go into the kitchen, and I was waiting for him to leave, the fucking kitchen, and I was like, oh, I'll just wait till you leave, and then I was looking at the time, and I'm like, come on, dude, I got a podcast to do. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I really would like to start this because, I just want to get this podcast done because, if you guys don't know, there's actually supposed to be a pink moon tonight. It's supposed to be very rare. I've never seen it. I've seen a red moon before, I think we had, a blood moon. I think that's what it's actually called, is a blood moon. Which is a red moon, pretty much. I think that was, maybe, 2 or 3 years ago? Or 2.5, I think? I don't know. I remember in August of 2017, there was a lot of celestial things going on, a solar eclipse, and then Mars showed up at some point. I don't know, but tonight's gonna be another cool celestial thing, the pink moon, which I have never seen or heard of. So, but yeah. And as you guys know, I have been to many planets before, including the moon, and it's pretty fucking cool up there. Obviously, I'm just fucking around with you guys. It's all in my imagination. I don't know. But anyways, guys, you have seen the title correctly. Lately I've been getting back into watching Marvel movies, with me, building my Iron Man suit, which, I'm pretty proud of so far. I've built both arms and half of the torso. So I got both the right and left arm fully complete. Both arms are fully complete. And originally I was gonna make them wearable, like the suit wearable. But now I'm kind of deciding against it. But, it'll be okay. I actually showed Gareth it earlier. Actually this morning when I woke up, I actually took pictures of the left arm. Because I got done with the left arm last night. And, and then I showed it to him, and he's like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Dude. And that left arm actually took me about 2 or 3 days to complete, and it took me, what I want to say, maybe 7 or 8 hours to fucking complete the right arm. So I was pretty fucking happy with myself. I was pretty proud that it took me a lot less time. It didn't even take me, a half a day to complete the other arm. And now I'm halfway through the torso already, which is fucking awesome, because after that, I built, his arc reactor, Tony's arc reactor core, and all I have to do is just make the chest area, and I'm done with the torso, and then I can start spray painting it and put in the arc reactor, and shit like that. So, and then after that, I just got to build both the legs and the helmet, and I'm done with my Iron Man suit. Although I do want to make a, so I know I keep rambling, and I'm supposed to be starting reading Marvel fanfic. You guys are probably thinking, why the fuck do you keep doing so many fanfic? I just like to read fanfic. Fanfic and, creepypastas, I love to fucking read. I don't know why. But anyways, so I know I keep talking about my Iron Man suit, but I'm pretty proud. But I just want to say before we start, I will make my Iron Man helmet, wearable. I'm gonna make it with the helmet wearable. Because I have a cool idea to make Jarvis. Because my uncle, last night actually gave me 3 bands that light up. And, 2 of them, if you press the on switch, or the on and off button, or whatever you call it, the power button, you turn it on and it's red, and then green, blue, yellow, It's pretty cool, like it changes lights, and I was thinking, oh, I can just set it to blue whenever I wear it, so that it can be like, oh, it's a fucking Iron Man, you know. Put that as like like Jarvis, you know, like the light up thing. I don't know. I haven't decided how to do that yet. But anyways, enough rambling with my Iron Man shit. Actually, I do have a way of. I think I have a way of making it stand, because usually my my projects have a habit of falling over and fucking dying. You know, like every time I try to make something stand, it's always way too fucking heavy to stand. And but I have an idea to how to make that stand, how to make my Iron Man armor stand. Anyways, I'll actually do a video on that, like, once I'm done with it. But that probably won't be for a while. Actually, I've already got, like, half of it done already within, like, 2 or 3 days. So, but that was because I had a lot of the material. And, you know, to build it, now I just ran out. And, of course, you're not supposed to go out with a fucking quarantine. Actually, I think you're only supposed to go out once a day, but I don't fucking care. And, you know, they say, don't go outside unless you need to. Don't go to the store unless you need to. It's like, well, bitch, what the fuck else am I gonna do on my day off? Because technically my days off, like today and tomorrow, are pretty much my quarantine. But I really need more shit to build my Iron Man suit, because what else am I gonna fucking do? I don't know. I kind of want to go tomorrow, back to Baumgart's to buy more metal, but then again, I don't want to, because I don't really feel safe going outside. I mean, I'm not really worried. I'm not worried at all about coronavirus. I just don't want people to, like, yell at me, like, you're not supposed to be out. It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I know you're not supposed to be out, but, like, I need shit. I want to build my Iron Man suit. Anyways, let's stop rambling about shit and actually start reading some fanfic. Alright. Let's start reading some fanfic. I don't even know if there's any Marvel fanfic, out there. Fanfiction, here we go. I don't know if there's actually any fanfic. I imagine there is, but, maybe. I don't know. Who fucking knows? I'm looking and I can't find any. Wait, our past, her future. Who's her? I don't know. Everyone loves Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Actually, we'll go down, we'll do, fanfic. Here's an idea that I've got. A little idea that I have gotten. Oh, wait a second. Okay, cool. Okay, go. I Spider. Let's put a goal about Spider. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I have an idea how to start this. We'll start off with the 6 main Avengers. Like, I'll type in, like, Iron Man fanfic, or Hulk fanfic, you know, that kind of thing. Start off with the 6 main Avengers, and if we have time, do, like, I don't know, Spider-Man, or Ant-Man, or fucking Falcon, or the Winter Soldier, or, you know, that kind of thing. So let's get, started. We've wasted, like, 9 minutes already. Me talking about my Iron Man shoot. Okay, so Iron Man fanfiction. Here we go. Is there any fucking Iron Man? I'm pretty sure there is. Ew, Loki fanfic. That could be next. Iron Man 4. Ooh, that'd be cool. So let's start with the main man himself, Iron Man. So I feel like this is... So the first one here is I'm Iron Man. And that looks pretty cool, I guess. Hey guys, so this is my new fan fiction about Iron Man, set after Iron Man 3, which means includes some points from the movie. I'm from Germany, so my English isn't that good. Okay, so it's a chick who wrote this, is from Germany. She's not good with English, so I will forgive her, because usually I like to bash and hate on people who don't use proper grammar. I know I don't use proper grammar that well, but, like, proper spelling is what really pisses me off, what really grinds my gears. Wait, chapter 1? How many chapters? 44! Fuck you! You are not taking 44. No. One chapter is my limit. I was gonna read I'm Iron Man, but 44 chapters, I don't fucking think so. 5 years? Chapter 1, 6? No. Actually, my minimum is 1 chapter. My maximum is 3 chapters. I know it's kind of, something, but I don't know. Meeting Howard Stark. No. Endgame broke my heart. 3,000? Oh, so this is about Morgan. It's only 2 chapters, so that's pretty cool. So, I mean, this is kind of like a Morgan, Stark story, you know, Tony and Pepper's daughter, in Endgame. So it's not really technically about Iron Man, but it is about his daughter, so... Chapter 1, Morgan Potts. I guess she chose her mother's last name, then Stark. Morgan wiped a bead of sweat off her forehead. Summer break only just started, yet it already feels like 1,000 degrees. She walked along the sidewalk, kids flooding out of school as the final bell rang. God, I actually missed that. I missed the final day of school. Oh boy. Her last day of 8th grade had gone about how you would expect it to. Sappy speeches from teachers, wrapping things up with old friends, and all tied up with brownies and pizza. Ooh, yummy. While other kids might have felt freed, though, Morgan was more weighed down than ever. But she didn't want to think about her worries right then. She just wanted to spend one last afternoon as a normal kid. A few other kids were walking with her, and while she wasn't necessarily called any of them her friends, they seemed to like hanging around her. I would too if her dad was fucking created a bunch of suits like that. Dude, I would try to be Morgan's friend just so I can get an Iron Man suit. That's literally like, I would use her to get an Iron Man suit. I don't use people. But some people might say that I do use them, even though I don't. Gareth. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Gareth, are you here? No, not yet. Nobody's here. Okay. Anyways, a few other kids were walking... Oh, wait, I just said that. Oh, yeah, Morgan had no idea what made her so charismatic. See? I can read. Natural Stark charm, one might say. Though the kids that considered themselves her friends would never know. The group continued walking towards the suburbs of New York when, suddenly, a crash rang out from a nearby alleyway. Morgan ducked down instinctively, the rest of the kids following suit. Wait. Sorry about that, a young-sounding voice called out. A flash of blue and red flew through the air before landing nimbly in front of the group and startled the kids. Oh, is this Spider-Man? I'm gonna bet you it's Spider-Man. Hey, everyone! Morgan, what's up? Oh, it is Spider-Man, okay. I'll give him... Oh, it is Spider-Man, okay. I'll give him like a... What's a Tom Holland voice? Because I know he's British in real life, which really surprised me. Actually, no, you know what really fucking shocked the shit out of me when I first found this out? I did not know that Benedict Cumberbatch, aka Doctor Strange, is fucking British in real life. He sounds so American in the movies. And so does, fucking Tom Holland. Like, Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch, like, do amazing American accents. I had no fucking clue that they were both British. Or that they had British accents, at least. So, Spider-Man or Tom Holland kind of sounds like, oh, hey, guys, oh, geez, look. He kind of got, like, that Morty voice. No, hey, everyone, Morgan, what's up? Hey, Spidey. No, fuck, what would... I actually just watched Endgame yesterday. So Morgan's voice... I mean, she's in 8th grade, well, she just finished 8th grade in the story, so she's about, like, what, 13 or 14? So she's gotta sound like a bitchy teenager. Hey, Spidey, Morgan replied. I'm not good with voices, by the way. A smirk tugging at the corner of her lip. She'd seen the wall crawler plenty of times around the city, usually chasing down a baddie, though he usually stopped to greet her if he had the chance. Spider-Man gave a small wave to the gaggle of teens. Oh, don't call them that. Do not call them a gaggle of teens. I don't want the teens gaggling on anything. Oh, jeez, it's cool seeing you, but I gotta go. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna give fucking Peter, like, a fucking, like, Morty voice. He bounced on his toes a few times before shooting out a web and swinging away. Oh, geez, stay in school, eat your... Oh, stay in veggies, eat your school. Oh, God. You know, I fucked it up the first time I read this, and it was the right thing to say. Oh, Jesus, stay in vegetables and eat your school, oh boy. Morgan chuckled after turning around to meet the shocked faces of the friends. Oh my God, I still can't believe you actually know superheroes, one of them said. My mom knew Iron Man, Morgan replied, a twinge of pain poking at her heart. How could you forget? Well, yeah, of course your mom knew Iron Man, because Iron Man's your fucking father. That'd be funny. Pepper sits down Morgan and says, Morgan, I have a secret. Iron Man is your father. Yeah, I know, Mom. I watched him die. Actually, no, she wasn't there. I forgot Morgan was where was Morgan when Thanos and his army showed up? Because Pepper wasn't there was Happy taking care of her? I think Happy might have been taking care of her. I don't know. I know I just said that I watched Endgame yesterday, but I don't know. Anyways, half an hour later, Morgan was on her own, walking down the familiar path into the woods to her cabin. The house was nestled comfortably in a forest on the outskirts of New York, overlooking a calm river. Home sweet home. Morgan walked up to a fluffy figure sticking its head in the bush. Excuse me? Wait, who the fuck is... Hey, Gerald, Morgan said, sinking her hand into the soft fleece. Oh, it's an animal. Oh, it's an alpaca. The alpaca only hummed in response. Oh, thank God. I thought it was a person. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, she's not even of age yet. I don't know. What? You didn't miss me? She asked, laughing. She crouched down and looked at the bush. Gerald, you ate all the goji? Is that what you call it? You ate all the goji berries again. She stood back up and brushed herself off. Bad alpaca! Bad alpaca! I don't know what voice that is. Actually, is Gareth here? No, he's not. Good. Oh, wait, no, that's bad, actually. Anyways, after she was done scolding Gerald, Morgan walked into the cabin. The cool breeze from the air conditioning hit her face. Mom, I'm home! God, her voice, I just realized her voice that I did changed a lot. She called out, no reply. She's still at work, just like always. Morgan ran up the stairs to her bedroom, slinging her book bag over her chair and collapsing onto her bed. The light from the setting sun illuminated her room, and she felt her eyelids getting heavier. Just a quick nap, she told herself, drifting off to sleep. Oh God, it's fucking Pepper. Morgan, I'm home! I think that's the voice I'm gonna give Pepper. Morgan was awakened. Not awoken. Wait, is it awoken? Yeah, it is awoken. Duh, it's right in front of me. By the call of her mother and the sound of the front door closing. She stood up and stretched, realizing she was still in her school clothes. Right. She kicked off her shoes and switched into something more comfortable before running downstairs. Pepper was bustling around in the kitchen, holding her phone between her shoulder and her ear, just scrolling through her tablet at the same time. Wait, what voice did I give? Wait, okay. Can I put you on hold? Yeah, 1 minute. She looked over at Morgan. I got Chinese, help yourself. I can't remember the voice I gave Pepper, even though I literally just did it. Thanks. I'm not good at girl voices. Anyways, thanks, Morgan said, unable to hide the annoyance in her voice. Fuck, I would love to go for some Chinese right now. I love Chinese. It's like my favorite fucking food. It felt like ever. I think it meant forever. It felt like forever since Morgan went into middle school. Her mom had brought her home takeout every night. She missed being little. So do I. Trust me, buddy. So do I. I miss being little too. Spending her days running around in the woods to be called inside, eating a home-cooked dinner with her mom and dad. Oh. Morgan grit her teeth and poured herself various meats and veggies, stabbing the fork with her fork. I like cheeseburgers better, she thought to herself. Her and her mother ate in silence, and when Morgan was done, she washed her plate and took a shower. Oh, damn. No, I'm just kidding. Pulling on a bright red pair of pajamas. Ooh. Red is actually my favorite color. Anyways, Morgan lied down in her bed, the cool moonlight washing over her room. Despite the soft chittering of the woodland creatures that was usually able to lull her to sleep, she couldn't find the strength to close her eyes. Her thoughts were running wild inside her head, preventing her from falling asleep. I get that fucking a lot, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. Because most nights, actually this happened to me like 2 nights ago, actually. I had a lot of thoughts running in my head, and it was like midnight, almost fucking 1 actually. I couldn't fall asleep, and I'm like, God, I gotta fall asleep. Shut up, mind. Wait. You can't keep hiding, a nagging voice inside her head told her. Eventually, they'll find out. Morgan rolled over, hoping that staring at the wall would bring her some respite. It didn't. But if you tell them who you are, everyone will expect you to be like him. You'll never be just Morgan. It'll always be Morgan Stark. Morgan sighed. I need a juice pop! I don't know what the hell that was. A few minutes later, she was sitting on the staircase. Grapefruit coloring stained her mouth purple. The cold popsicle helped ease her thoughts. God, that would be amazing right now. I haven't had a popsicle in fucking forever. At least for a bit. She closed her eyes, and a flood of memories rushed through her brain. That happens to me a lot, too. Walking around in the park, resting on the porch on a hot summer's day, sitting on that very staircase with her dad. She had been barely 4 at the time, sneaking out of the bed and witnessing her father making a revolutionary breakthrough. Oh, this is the fucking time travel scene, I bet, in Endgame. But at the time, she wasn't thinking about time travel, or Thanos, or the Avengers. Dude, we need to do Thanos after all the fucking Thanos fanfic after everything. So I know technically this is about Morgan, but, I mean, this is kind of Iron Man, you know. So this is Iron Man's fucking thing, except it's with Morgan. All she was wondering was what the Pretty Lights daddy was playing with there, and why he seemed so worried. She never thought that would be the last time she would see him. Morgan felt a tear run down her face, then 2. She leaned her head against a wall, content to just sit there and cry. That's what I feel like doing all the time. When she heard an odd clicking noise from the step she was on, as she thought of... it says as, but I think they meant to say at. At first she thought nothing of it, but when she shifted her weight again, she heard the noise repeat itself, as if the floorboard was loose. Weird. Morgan stepped down from the next tile and knelt down, studying the step. She grabbed at the board and tried to tug at it. After some fidgeting, the floorboard lifted up with a whoosh, like air being sucked into a vacuum. A soft blue light shone out of the strange chamber underneath it, beckoning her in it. Well, that's new! Oh, what did she find, I wonder? Nobody yet? Okay. That's fine. Alright, Chapter 2, The Workshop. Well, that's new. I don't know why it repeated itself. Morgan stared down into the entrance that had opened beneath the staircase. A soft blue light was emitting from it, shone across the walls, casting strange shadows. She lifted her head, listening for any signs of her mother stirring. Get it? Because she's Pepper Potts and she's stirring around? I don't know. Fucking, I make terrible jokes. That's my thing. Anyways. But the walls were silent. Morgan breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, she's still sleeping. Morgan returned her gaze to the chamber. I wonder how deep it is. I wonder how deep my vagina... No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I make terrible jokes because that's my thing. She picked up her popsicle stick and stuck it straight up her asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I'll stop. She picked up her popsicle stick, stained purple from the juice pop she had eaten, and dropped it into the hole. It fell. It said feel, but I assume it says, it's supposed to say fell. It fell about 8 feet before hitting the concrete floor with a small clack. It's not that deep, she thought. But it's not like I'm going to jump down there. As the thought finished running through her head, a small ladder unfolded itself from the wall, as if by magic. Convenient! Morgan looked up in sight, searching for signs of Pepper once more, before nervously lowering herself into the entrance onto the ladder. She stepped down, rung by rung, and eventually her feet hit the concrete floor. She had a chance to look around. The dim blue light didn't extend much past the initial entrance, leaving the rest of the room shrouded in darkness. If movies have taught me anything, I'm either going to find a secret fortune or a mad scientist's lab. I don't know why I'm giving her that voice. It's just the voice I imagine. Morgan cautiously stepped deeper into the room when she suddenly heard a whirling sound and a series of loud clicks as harsh white lights illuminated the room. She shied away, blinking for a few seconds to adjust her eyes to the light. When she looked up again, she couldn't believe what she saw. Morgan, why are you naked? No. Is that a picture of Mom? No, I'm just kidding. Dad suits? Oh, wait. Dad suits! The tall suits of metal loomed over her in the glass cases, shiny and new despite the rest of the room being covered in a layer of dust. She paced around the room slowly, which seemed to be a workshop. Tools and scraps were littered across the chamber, abandoned for what seems like ages. What had been ages. I can't believe it. I thought he stopped working on these. She muttered, brushing the dust off one of the cases, then drawing a smiley face out of habit. She chuckled softly, then sneezed before walking over to the workbench. Morgan, was that you? Imagine if Pepper heard her sneeze all the way down there. That'd be fucking amazing. That'd be funny as fuck. Morgan, is that you? Before walking over to a workbench, which had what seemed like an incomplete helmet on it. Morgan picked it up, moving it around in her hands before noticing the eyes lighting up. She nearly dropped the thing out of pure shock, setting it back down on the bench. To her surprise, the helmet started to project. Uh-oh. Something. The hologram started to run. And Morgan couldn't believe what she was seeing. Hello? Wait, no, I gotta do my best, Robert Downey Jr. impression. Hello? Is this thing on? Tony, or rather, the hologram of Tony, tapped the helmet a few times before stepping back, satisfied. See, I told you Tony was gonna be back in the story at some point. Congratulations to whoever found this old thing, but if you're not my daughter, this isn't for you. I mean, I can't really stop you like I can't really stop you like this, but he spread his arms as if to punctuate his point. Morgan covered her mouth in disbelief, feeling tears perk out her eyes as he went on. Morgan? Her father took a deep breath, seeming like he didn't know how to start his message. Morgan stepped closer, moving robotically, as if on autopilot. I haven't seen him since. Her thoughts trailed off as Tony began to speak again. If you found this place all on your lonesome, then I'm probably dead. Which sucks for me. Morgan choked out a laugh despite herself. Wow. Her dad always knew how to make her laugh, even when she was crying. But look at this place. Isn't it cool? This is all yours now, he said, motioning toward the suits that lined the walls. The suits that would never possibly fit her. Listen, Morgan, I never wanted to put you in danger, he continued, looking at the ground. I never wanted to put you in danger. I still don't, but he looked back straight into her eyes. I trust you, and I know that you can take care of yourself. You're strong. You're a hero. You're a Stark. That'd be funny if he's like, you're strong. You're a hero. You're a Stark. Dude, that'd be fucking hilarious. Man, I want to write this story. I would just want to copy this entire story and just put in, you're a Stark. Anyways, you know how I know that? Because you're my daughter. Not Captain America, not Hulk. No, I'm just kidding, that's not... Imagine if he put that in there too. He said almost in a bragging manner. Oh, you know how I know that? Because you're my daughter. Oh, ho, ho. Anyways, he said almost in a bragging manner, which made Morgan smile slightly, despite her tears running down her face. She stepped closer, wanting to see if it was real. Needing to see if he was real. She knew it was stupid, childish, but She waved her hand through the hologram, confirming her suspicions. She felt her heart sinking, and despite knowing it was just a projection, a small part of her wanted to believe her father was still in there, talking to her. She looked down as the recording of her father started to finish the message. "I know you can do this. The world needs another Iron Man," Tony smirked. And he looked pointedly at the helmet. "Why don't you try that on for size?" Morgan stared at the hologram as it started to flicker. "I love you, 3000. The projection disappeared, leaving Morgan alone with her thoughts once more. She looked back at the helmet, thinking about her father's words. "What does he mean? The world needs another Iron Man." Well, it'd be Iron Woman. The world had been relatively safe as she grew up, and though no heroes had filled the void filled by the Avengers ever since the battle for Earth, there was nothing really a need to. There wasn't really a need to. No world-ending threats or alien conquerors that had appeared since 2023. Morgan walked overland, picked up the helmet. This time, a bit less worried that she might break it. After her father's message, she noticed that the helmet was fairly small, practically her size. She held it up, despite her worry, and easily slipped it on. She gasped as the HUD fired up in front of her eyes. Images and numbers that she couldn't even begin to understand played across her mind. A robotic voice chimed in with, "Hello, Morgan Stark. I am Friday, your virtual assistant. I see that you have seen the message from your father." That's my best Friday impression. I think Friday's a chick, so that's kind of like, I don't know. I just watched, I think it was Civil War. It was Civil War. Captain America Civil War. I watched The Avengers today, Ant-Man, and Captain America Civil War today. I've been watching a lot more Marvel movies lately. Like ones that I really want to watch, you know. Morgan looked around, slightly disoriented by the view, but quickly adapting. "This is awesome! This is awesome!" She smiled. "I could get used to this." And that's the end of the story. That's the end of fucking Iron Man. Well, his story at least. Holy shit. We're 37 or 38 minutes in already? Jesus Christ. I didn't realize Iron Man took up the whole fucking story. Well, we gotta fucking hurry up and get to Hulk, I guess. So, no, let's do Captain America next. Captain America. Let's do Captain America. Let's find a good one. Gotta have a nice title to it. Actually, I really like this one. In the Cold. Bucky takes a nap and Steve goes grocery shopping. What? No, that's not it. It started with pizza. Court-martialed. End of the line in 300-ish words. Let's do that one. Oh, this was 5 hours ago. Oh, and it's like, so this one's a short one. That's pretty good. I know, Captain America, you deserve better, but we need to kind of pick up the pace a bit. I've been watching a lot of the MCU while in quarantine. Oh, fuck you. Fuck quarantine. I guess that was just like this is like 4 paragraphs long. Steve unhooked the harness holding him to the pilot's chair with a shaky hand. Cold started to leak in the hole almost immediately. He allowed himself just a few moments of self-pity. He would never get to dance with Peggy. He knew he wouldn't be around to celebrate the end of the war. His life was ending. Truthfully, with all his ailments, he always assumed he wouldn't live a very long life. But then the formula gave him renewed hope, the potential of a long life. It was okay, though. He knew he wasn't going to live, but that was okay. Peggy would be fine. She'd move on and probably do some pretty amazing things. The Howling Commandos, they would be fine too. He saved the world, so it was okay. The cold started to seep into his bones, reminding him of many winters spent in poorly heated tenements. His limbs started to feel heavy, and his brain started to turn to mush. To mush. This guy or girl doesn't know how to write. Nobody knows how to fucking write. Or at least fix those spelling errors before they upload things. He needed to lay down, so he did. He kept the shield over him. Maybe it would keep his core warm just a bit longer. There were no thoughts of escape. This was the end. He wouldn't get to be buried by his parents. That made him sad. He wasn't really leaving anyone behind. No family, just Peggy and the Commandos, and Stark. They would put together a nice memorial for him, so that was okay. He was starting to feel tired. He lost the monumental battle to keep his eyes open. He was freezing now. It was okay, though, right? This is how Bucky had gone out, alone, in the cold. If it was a good enough death for Bucky, it was good enough for Steve. This was the end of the line. He just wished he had a chance to say goodbye. I like it, not bad. It was short, which is good, because looking at the time, the fucking Iron Man story took up a lot of fucking time. So that was Captain America. I kind of wanted to have like a little... So let's do Thor next. Thor. Okay, here we go. Asgardians in Space, Chapter 1. How many chapters are there? 80 chapters, fuck you! No, we are not doing that one. Just a normal day? Wait, is this even Thor? I don't see Thor anywhere. Who the fuck is Cleo? And this is only one chapter, it seems? Oh, fuck quarantine. Wait, who the fuck is Cleo? Am I saying it right? Where the fuck is Thor? There is no Thor in that story. Thor! Asgard, here we go. Uh-oh. This one is, Chapter 1, how many chapters? Oh, there's only 4? No, my fucking limit. I don't care if it goes one chapter before. A little bit of mischief. This is kind of, so this is a Loki. Wait, to beginning of infinity. To go beyond. Thor, the Dark World. Chapter 1, how many 3 chapters. Okay, perfect. So this story is called Thor, the Dark World. Third installment of the series. Well, I don't fucking care anymore. Loki was brought to the throne room, chained in shackles, guarded by soldiers. Frigga, who's that, was in the room and saw Loki come in. Loki. Oh, it's his mother? What? I haven't really watched any of the Thor movies. I might actually rewatch the first Thor movie. I really like Thor, the first one. I really like Thor the Dark World, even though a bunch of people say it sucks. You suck! No, I'm just kidding. Loki! Hello, mother. Have I made you proud? Loki asked with sarcasm. Please, don't make this worse, Frigga pleaded. Define worse, Loki shot back. He didn't know how this could get any worse. He hadn't seen Mila since their departure from Earth. They had been separated since their arrival in Asgard. It made him furious. Enough! Odin commanded. I will speak to the prisoner alone. Frigga looked at Loki and then left the room, leaving Loki, Odin, and the guards. It was quiet for a moment before Loki did a mock quote did a small laugh. I really don't see what all the fuss is about. Do you not truly feel the gravity of your crimes? Wherever you go, there is war, ruin, and death, Odin said, looking down at his son. I went down to Midgard to rule the people of Earth as the benevolent god, just like you, Loki answered. We are not gods. We are born, we live, we die, just as humans do, Odin said. Give or take 5,000 years, Loki joked. All this because Loki desired a throne, Odin said. It is my birthright. It is my birthright, Loki shot at him. Your birthright, Odin yelled, was to die. Loki's expression changed to a pang of hurt, but he wouldn't let his face slip. Cast out under a frozen rock. If I had not taken you in, you would not be here now to hate me. If I'm for the axe, then for mercy's sake, just swing it, Loki said, tired of this conversation, and he didn't want to beat around the bush anymore. It's not that I don't love our little talks, it's just, Loki paused for a moment, I don't love them. Frigga's the only reason you're still alive. And you'll never see her again, Odin explained. You'll spend the rest of your days in a dungeon. What about my wife? Asked Loki, worried about her fate. Wait, Loki has a wife? I didn't know that. She'll have her own dungeon in a separate hall, Odin explained. Loki's eyes widened in horror. Please don't, Loki quickly said before he was taken away. Odin stopped the guards. Please! Wait. Oh, this is Loki. Please! I could care less what becomes of me, but don't make Mera pay for crimes that are not hers to pay. She was kidnapped and made to help me, or she would have died, Loki explained. Hopefully Odin would see a reason. Odin had been quiet for a moment. Who's this now? Oh, Loki. Shame the only time you'll show compassion is for her, yeah. Fine. Then she will be under arrest and... Wait. Oh, this is Odin. Sorry, wrong person. Shame the only time you show compassion is for her. Fine. She will be under arrest and banned from leaving the castle. Her most powerful magic will be sealed, and you will have no contact with her, he finished. Fine, Loki said, although disappointed he wouldn't get to see her anytime soon. But he would rather that than her rot in a cell alone. Odin then motioned for the guards to take Loki away. I just wanted to see a quick sound. Nope, okay. Just check and see if Garth is gonna join anytime soon. Probably not. Nah, it's okay. Who's Mila? I don't know who the fuck this is. Wait, who is it? So Mila's point of view. Who the fuck is Mila? Well, Mila. Loki. I don't know who the hell Mila is. Oh, she's... I'm not really seeing anything. Anyways, I sat in a prison cell with my eyes closed, and suddenly my cell was open and guards walked in. "It's time for your sentencing," the guard said. I sighed and stood up. I held my arms out, and then they shackled them, as well as around my neck. I didn't even flinch. I was taken from the cell and taken to the throne room. At this point, I didn't care what happened to me. There was no regret with anything I did. I would own up to my actions and accept the punishment that would befall me. The only thing that hurt is that Loki wouldn't be next to me or near me. Soon we arrived, and I was brought in front of Odin. "Mira, it hurts me to see you in this position." "Yeah, well, things certainly were not in our control," I said. I don't know who the fuck Mila is, so I'm just gonna give her that voice. Everybody on Asgard seems kind of British, so I'm just gonna give her like a British voice. "After much thought, you will not be sent to the dungeons. You will be put under arrest and stripped of your magic. You will not be allowed to leave the palace," Odin explained. My eyes widened. "But I've murdered people in cold blood. I tried to help Loki take over Midgard," I said in disbelief. "Not by your choices, Loki told me," Odin said. "You're actually going to take his word?" I asked, confused. "He has never lied about you, and it's the only time he shows compassion," Odin explained. "But the cost is you are never to see him," he finished. I froze in disbelief. "What is to happen to him?" I asked, becoming angry. "Oh, what is to happen to him? I don't know what the fuck that was. "He is to be locked and eaten in the dungeons for the rest of his days," Odin answered. My heart broke at the thought. He motioned for the guards to take me away. I felt them tug me away, but I didn't notice. I could never see Loki again? I was brought to Loki and I's old chamber, and I sat on the bed. Frigga then came in with special wrist shackles that would cut off my magic. She sat next to me, and as the guards all took the chains off me. "Mira, may I?" I just nodded and held my hands up. She placed the shackles on each wrist, and I felt my magic become cut off. "Mira, dear, look at me." I looked at her, and I felt her swipe her thumb under my eye. I hadn't realized I was crying. "Mother, I won't ever see him again," I said, breaking down. Frigga placed her arms around me as I broke down. "Yes, you will, dear," Frigga comforted. "But Odin has forbidden it." "Since when have you ever obeyed him?" Frigga said, adding a little sass. I couldn't help but laugh a little. "I promise you, I will do everything in my power to find a way for you to see him," she said. I nodded and smiled. "I also made sure that Loki is as comfortable as he can be." Thank you, Mother, I said. She kissed my forehead and stood up. Get some rest, she said. She left the room. Chapter 2. So is Thor ever going to show up? Tonight would be a feast to celebrate Thor bringing peace to the Nine Realms. Here we go. Now I get to do Thor. Here's Thor. It was sickeningly sweet. I was going to skip the feast, but Frigga was adamant about me coming and being with everyone. I relent and wore a dark purple sleeveless dress that semi-resembled Frigga's dress. I then put my hair up in a ponytail and black boots. I then walked in the dining room hall and saw everyone joking and laughing. I felt so out of place there. Once upon a time, Loki and I would be in the middle joking with everyone. I felt eyes on me and saw Thor looking at me. I could see surprisement and relief on his face, and his eyes. I looked at the floor and then left. I needed some air. I walked to the balcony near the banquet hall and just looked at the stars. Wait. Oh, no, this is Thor, thank God. Mira, I heard. I looked and saw Thor come up next to me. I'm glad to see you're okay. Yeah, sleeping comfortably in my room while Loki rots in a dungeon. I'm doing just fine. I don't know who the fuck Mira is, but that's what the voice I'm giving her. I said, annoyed with it all. Thor gave me a surprised look, probably from the outburst. I sighed and said, Forgive me, I'm frustrated with everything. What happened, Mira? Thor asked. Loki talked Odin out of putting me in a dungeon, and I was put under arrest and my magic stripped, I explained. There's something else, isn't there? Thor asked. Odin has forbidden me of seeing Loki ever again, I said, trying not to cry. Forgive me, Mira. I wish there was something I could do, Thor said. I shook my head. There's nothing you can do. I just have to accept it, I said. In my opinion, wait. Wait, who the fuck is Sif? Who the fuck are these people? In my opinion, she should be rotten in a prison cell herself. We heard... That's the voice I'm giving the Sif guy. I don't know who the fuck these people are. We heard from behind, and I already knew who it was. Thor and I turned around and saw Sif. I don't know who the fuck he is. Standing there with the pure hatred in her... Oh, it's a her. I thought it was a fucking guy. In her eyes towards me. I'm still gonna give whoever the fuck that is that voice, that boyish British voice. Glad to see this hasn't changed any. Who the fuck is Fandral? And who the fuck is Volstagg? Who the fuck are these people? Sif, don't! Fandral said as he and Volstagg came into view. Who the fuck are these people? I don't know. Wait, who's this? No, she needs to hear No, she needs to hear this. You helped Loki take over the throne and played pretend queen. Then you have the audacity to help Loki again and take over Midgard. And took innocent people's lives. You should be in the dungeons, Sif said angrily. Wait, the store, thank God. Sif, none of it was Mira's fault in Midgard. Thor tried to explain, but I shook my head. No, just because I was held against my will doesn't give me excuses, I said, looking at her and smirked. Actually, it was fun. I enjoyed causing so much chaos on Midgard. You witch, Myth said, getting ready to come at me. And to come on me. Oh, no. But Fandral and Volstagg held her back. If you will excuse me, I'm turning in. Oh, and Seth, thanks for the compliment, I said as I walked away, smoking. I mean, technically, I was a witch in a sense. It was always so fun pissing off Sif. Who the fuck that guy is? A chick, I don't know. The next day, I decided to spend some time in the library. It's not like there's much for me to do around this place. Suddenly, the door slammed open and Thor and Odin came to the library. I then saw a woman who wore a dress and had brown hair. I knew who this was. Thor, Odin, what a surprise! I intrigued. It was always a shock to see Odin and Thor step one foot in the library. Of course, Thor would rather fight than read, and Odin wouldn't come in here unless he absolutely had to. Mira, now is not a good time, Thor said, and I raised my hands in surrender. Wait, Mira, Loki's wife, the woman said, shocked. Oh, this is Jane. Oh, shit. No, that... Wait, Mira? Wait, how does Natalie Portman sound? I can't remember. Wait, Mira? Loki's wife? The woman said in shock. Pleasure to meet you in person, Jane Foster, I introduced. She suddenly walked up to me and saw her raise her hand. Oh no. I quickly grabbed her hand and turned her around, putting her in an arm lock, with just enough force to make her stop, but not to hurt her. Mira! Thor exclaimed. Suddenly black and red swirled around Jane, and I was suddenly thrown backwards, and I hit a wall and slid to the ground. Ow! I groaned as I slowly stood up. Thor was holding on to Jane as she composed herself. What is that power? She has the Aether inside of her, Odin explained as they approached the book on the stand. I walked to the table, as did Thor and Jane. Who's leading? Oh, Odin. There are relics that predate the universe itself. What lies within her appears to be one of them. The 9 realms are not eternal. They had a dawn, as they will have a dusk. But before that dawn, the dark forces, the dark elves, reigned absolute and unchallenged. Odin then opened the book. Thor walked over and said, Before the eternal night, the dark elves came to steal away our light. These were the stories Mother told us as children. Who's talking? Odin. Their leader, Malekith, I know who he is. I know who Malekith is, so at least I know one fucking person. Their leader, Malekith, made a weapon out of that darkness. It was called the Aether, while the other relics often appear as stones, Odin said. I looked at him intrigued. The Tesseract was one of those relics. The Aether is a fluid. Wait, this is... Okay. Actually, I want to see something. Nope, okay. The Aether is a fluid, and ever-changing. It changes matter to dark matter. It seeks out host bodies, drawing strength from the life forces. Malekith sought to use... Malekith sought to use the Aether's power to return the universe to one of darkness. But after eternities of bloodshed, my father, Bor? Really, Bor? Oh my god. My father, Bor, finally triumphed, ushering in a peace that lasted thousands of years. What happened? Jane asked. He killed them all, Odin answered. Are you certain? The Aether was said to have been destroyed within them, yet here it is. Thor asked, concerned. The Dark Elves are dead, Odin confirmed. Does your book happen to mention how it's going to get out of me? Jane asked. No, it doesn't, Odin answered. This is becoming quite interesting. Yes, it is. Finally, chapter 3. Okay. After the little meeting with Odin and the others, I decided to return to my chambers and relax a little. What I would give to go out in the town and just enjoy nature. But that was not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. I was curious to get to know Jane Foster, but that wouldn't happen either because apparently Brother Deer didn't enjoy how I treated her, despite her trying to attack me first. A few hours later, I heard a knock on my door. Enter, I said, as I read my book. Door opened and Frigga walked in my room. Mother, what do I owe the pleasure? I'm glad to see that one of my favorite prisoners is still considering me a mother, Frigga said with a small smile. I looked at her confused and was about to ask her what she meant, but she waved it off and sat next to me. I'm going to infuse my magic with you, and it should give you a few moments to create an image of yourself to visit Loki. My eyes widened and my heart sped up. We could see Loki? I asked. She nodded with a smile. I felt like crying. I was so happy. Thank you so much, Mother, I said, hugging her. She hugged me back and placed her hands on mine. Just hold still a moment, dear, she said as she closed her eyes. I closed mine as well and felt her magic flow through me. Her magic was gentle to the touch, just like a mother's touch. She soon let go of my hands as her magic settled into me. This will buy you 30 minutes with him. That's all I can give you, she explained. I nodded. We shall make the most of it, Mother, I said. Thank you again. She nodded before kissing my forehead and took her leave. I sat crisscross on my bed and felt a part of me transfer into the dungeons into Loki's room. His back was to me, and I smiled happily. You look quite dashing, my love. Loki quickly spun around, and his eyes widened in surprise, but I could see happiness in them as well. Mira, what are you doing here? You are not supposed to be here. He walked towards me and put his hand on my cheek, but his hand went through me. It hurt me to see I couldn't feel him. Frigga gave me some of her magic to create an image to visit you, I said, trying to touch his arm, but that didn't work either. I miss you so much. And I you. How are you being treated? Loki asked, worried. I'm fine. Bored, but I'm okay, I answered. What about you? Fit for a king, Loki said sarcastically, as he laid on the single bed. But as long as you are here, you are well. I can deal with it. Loki, I wish you wouldn't have done what you did for me. I would have rather lived in a cell than have a luxurious rest, I said, sitting down next to him. Mira, I could not bear to see you rot in a cell. You deserve so much better than that, Loki said, sitting up and leaning close to me. Besides, we would have been separated in the dungeons as well. Odin had already told me so, he finished. I looked at him shocked and angry. How could Odin? Loki leaned forward into a kiss where my forehead would be. I wish I could feel you. And that big old dick of yours, I said, tears escaping. One day, my beautiful wife, Loki said. We both could suddenly hear a commotion coming from one of the cells further down the hall. We both stood up and walked to the cell wall. There was soon an explosion, and guards rushed over. Suddenly, a riot breaks out as a tall creature the cell walls, and prisoners escaped. I stood beside Loki as the creature stopped in front of his cell. There was an intense staring contest, and I actually hoped the creature would break his cell so Loki could escape and find me. Then the creature turns away and goes to leave. Damn it! You might want to take the stairs to the left, Loki said to the creature. The creature looked at him a moment and left. I suddenly felt the magic slipping, my image began disappearing. Loki, I said as tears escaped once more. Don't worry, my queen, Loki said quietly. I will see you again soon. I will see you again. I nodded and kissed his cheek. Well, kissed it as best as I could. Loki gave me a fond smile, and I disappeared. I awoke in my room and let the tears fall. I wish I could have stayed longer. Then I stood up and changed it in my armor. This armor was sleeveless since there would have been no way to wear my usual long-sleeved attire. It was black and purple designs flowing through me. I put on my boots and grabbed my weapons. I was fortunate they allowed me to keep my weapons. I left my room to go and help the others. I decided to join up with Frigga since I used to be her protector when she traveled outside of Asgard. This was during the early years before Loki and I were engaged, and I originally supposed to marry Thor. I soon found them. Mother, I said as I reached them. Frigga looked at me and motioned for me to follow her. On our way to Frigga's chambers, she explained to me her plan, and I nodded, though I was unsure of it. It seems like I wish I had my It was times like this I wish I had my magic. We soon arrived at her chambers, and I got ready for any threat that came our way. I grabbed my daggers and got ready. Suddenly, the door to her chambers opened, and a creature walked through the door. A dark elf. No doubt it was Malekith. I took my potion in front of Jane as Frigga... Oh, position, not potion. What am I talking about? My position in front of Jane as Frigga walked closer to the door. Stand down, creature, and you may still survive this, Frigga said with confidence. I have survived worse, woman, Malekith shot back. Who are you? Frigga asked. I am Malekith, and I would have what is mine. And I would have what is mine. What the fuck does that mean? Malekith answered. I knew it. Frigga stood or looked at us with a knowing look, and I ushered Jane backwards and further away. Malekith walked closer, and Frigga swung her sword across his face. He took his own sword, and they fought. Frigga was doing beautifully, and even got an upper hand until that creature from the dungeons grabbed Frigga and disarmed her, pinning her to his body as he held the sword against her back. Malekith then went toward us, and I went into action by throwing one of my daggers at him, which he quickly dodged. I rushed at him, and I tried to stab him with my knife, but he caught me. I fought back, and he eventually overpowered me, and I went sliding across the floor in pain from a well-placed kick. Malekith went after Jane, but when he reached her, she disappeared. Good, he fell for it. Wait, witch! Where's the Aether? Malekith yelled at Frigga. I'll never tell, Frigga said. I believe you, Malekith said. My instincts went into overdrive, and I threw a dagger at the creature that held Frigga prisoner, but before the dagger could hit it, he plunged the sword through Frigga's back. My dagger hit him in the shoulder. He flinched and recoiled at the sudden pain. I heard a familiar yell and watched the burst of lightning from Mjolnir and hit Malekith right in the face, darkening the side of his face. He and Algrim, who the fuck is that, began to flee. I quickly shot up and threw one of my daggers at the same time Thor threw his hammer. My dagger missed as Thor's hammer hit the creature's shoulder. Suddenly, a ship took off with them on it. I looked at Frigga as Odin approached his wife and held her in his arms. The tears fell as I slid to the floor and cried. She had been the only woman I considered a mother, and now she was gone. And that's the end of that fucking story. That was, I have a lot of questions. Who the fuck is Frigga? I assume that that's Thor's mother, Thor and Loki's mom. I assume that's who it is. Who the fuck is, what the fuck was his name, like, Sif? Who the fuck is that? And Volstagg, I think? Algrim, I think? Who the fuck are those people? I don't fucking know. Anyways, guys, I know I only got to 3 Avengers today. I only got to Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. But don't worry, guys, because you guys can probably tell I'm going to end this podcast pretty soon. But don't fear, guys, because I will be back tomorrow to finish up, the Hulk, Black Widow, and, Hawkeye. Because I really like doing these fanfics, and I don't care if any of you are getting tired of it. I'm just mainly running out of ideas. If you guys have any ideas whatsoever of different podcasts, just fucking tell me in the goddamn comments. Just fucking tell me. Because tell me what you guys want to hear. If you guys are tired of hearing fanfics and creepypastas, just let me know in the comments below what you guys want to hear, because I'm open to any suggestion. Because literally, I don't know. But anyways, guys, my jaw's hurting, your ears are bleeding, and as always, in the link in the Colorful Warfare, Carolyn Sonic, Silas, and Alyssa's channels are always in the link in the description. And if I did entertain you guys whatsoever, please give it a like, please comment, and please subscribe, because that would really help me out a lot. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for part 2 of the Marvel fanfic. Where I will be reading the rest of the Avengers, because I read the first 3, the first half of the Avengers, and then tomorrow I'll be reading the second half, with Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Goodbye, everybody.